Top 50 News of India, 16th May 2026. 1. PM Modi continues five-nation diplomatic tour. Prime Minister Narendra Modi continued his international visit with meetings in Europe and the Middle East. Energy security, trade cooperation, and defense partnerships remained the main agenda. India signed multiple agreements related to technology and renewable energy. Global leaders praised India's growing economic influence. The tour is being viewed as a major diplomatic outreach effort. 2. Severe heat wave grips North and Central India. Several states recorded temperatures above 45 degrees Celsius on Friday. The IMD issued red alerts for Rajasthan, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh. Hospitals reported an increase in heat stroke and dehydration cases. Schools in some districts changed timings due to extreme weather. Authorities urged people to avoid outdoor activities during peak hours. 3. Petrol and diesel prices trigger inflation concerns. The recent hike in fuel prices continued to impact transportation costs. Vegetable and essential commodity prices increased in many cities. Economists warned that inflation may rise further in coming weeks. Opposition parties demanded relief measures from the government. Consumers expressed concern over rising daily expenses. 4. Indian stock markets close with volatility. Sensex and Nifty witnessed sharp fluctuations during Friday trading. Global crude oil prices and geopolitical tensions affected investor sentiment. Banking and IT stocks showed mixed performance. Foreign investors remained cautious amid uncertain global markets. Analysts advised long-term investment strategies for retail investors. 5. Rupee falls further against US dollar. The Indian rupee weakened due to higher oil import costs. Currency traders monitored RBI intervention possibilities closely. Import-dependent sectors faced additional financial pressure. Economists linked the decline to global economic instability. The government assured that forex reserves remain adequate. 6. India-UAE energy partnership expands. India and the UAE discussed long-term oil and LNG supply agreements. Both countries also explored cooperation in green hydrogen projects. Investment opportunities in infrastructure and technology were highlighted. Officials called the talks productive and future-oriented. The partnership is expected to strengthen India's energy security. 7. BJP holds key strategy meetings in Delhi. Senior BJP leaders met in New Delhi to discuss political strategy. Preparations for upcoming state elections were reviewed. Cabinet reshuffle discussions also gained momentum. Party officials focused on strengthening grassroots campaigns. The meetings attracted major political attention nationwide. 8. West Bengal political transition continues. Political activity intensified after recent assembly election developments. The new government began discussions on administrative reforms. Opposition leaders questioned several election-related decisions. Public debates over governance priorities increased sharply. The state remained in the national political spotlight. 9. Tamil Nadu witnesses major political realignment. Coalition discussions continued among newly elected political parties. Actor Vijay's political rise remained a key topic of discussion. Political analysts called the shift historic for Tamil Nadu politics. Voter turnout records were officially reviewed by authorities. The state prepared for the formation of a new cabinet. 10. Kerala faces changing political dynamics. Election outcomes continued to reshape Kerala's political landscape. Several parties began internal reviews after disappointing performances. Political observers predicted stronger national party influence in the future. Public discussions focused on development and governance issues. The state remained politically active after election results. 11. Mumbai Indians officially exit IPL 2026. Mumbai Indians were eliminated from the IPL playoff race. Fans expressed disappointment after the team's inconsistent season. Royal challengers Bengaluru strengthened their playoff chances further. Cricket experts analyzed key mistakes made by Mumbai this season. Social media reactions dominated sports discussions online. 12. RCB moves closer to IPL playoffs. Royal challengers Bengaluru secured another crucial victory. The team performed strongly in both batting and bowling departments. Virat Kohli's leadership and form received widespread praise. fans celebrated the team's consistent performance this season. RCB is now considered a strong title contender. 13. CSK keeps qualification hopes alive. Chennai Super Kings won an important league stage match. Young players contributed significantly to the victory. MS Dhoni's tactical decisions impressed cricket fans again. The playoff race became more competitive after the result. CSK supporters continued celebrating across social media platforms. 14. India A team preparations begin. The India A squad started preparations for the ODI Tri-Series. Young talents received opportunities to prove their abilities. Selectors emphasized long-term team development strategies. Training camps began under the supervision of senior coaches. Fans welcomed the inclusion of emerging players. 15. Archery trials continue in Sonipat. National archery selection trials entered the next stage. Athletes competed for Asian Games and World Cup qualification spots. Officials praised the high level of competition among participants. India's recent international success boosted player confidence. The federation expects strong performances in upcoming tournaments. 16. Heat wave raises electricity demand nationwide. Power consumption reached record levels in several states. Electricity distribution companies faced heavy demand pressure. Authorities assured that adequate coal supplies were available. Some regions experienced temporary power cuts during peak hours. The government monitored the situation closely. 17. Delhi air quality deteriorates again. The capital's AQI entered the poor category once more. Dust storms and high temperatures worsened pollution levels. Doctors advised vulnerable groups to avoid prolonged outdoor exposure. Authorities reviewed anti-pollution measures for immediate implementation. Environmental experts stressed long-term urban planning solutions. 18. Indian Railways announces more summer special trains. Additional trains were introduced to handle vacation travel demand. Popular routes witnessed heavy ticket bookings this week. Railway stations strengthened security and crowd management systems. Passengers welcomed the extra services during peak travel season. Railways promised smoother operations across major stations. 19. Government pushes digital learning initiatives. New online learning tools were launched for competitive exam preparation. Rural students received expanded access to digital education resources. Education experts praised the affordability of online study materials. AI-powered learning platforms gained popularity among students. The initiative aims to improve educational accessibility nationwide. 20. India's startup ecosystem continues growth. AI and fintech startups attracted fresh investments from global firms. Young entrepreneurs announced expansion plans across major cities. Government policies continued supporting innovation and digital business growth. Experts predicted strong startup activity throughout 2026. Investor confidence in India's tech sector remained high. 21. Cyber fraud cases rise across India. Authorities reported an increase in online banking and payment scams. Cybercrime units intensified awareness campaigns in multiple states. Banks urged customers to avoid suspicious digital links. Police arrested several gangs involved in financial fraud. Experts emphasized the importance of stronger cybersecurity awareness. 22. Indian Army expands AI-based surveillance. The Indian Army increased deployment of advanced drone systems. AI-powered monitoring technologies are being used along sensitive borders. Defense officials highlighted the need for rapid modernization. New systems are expected to improve surveillance efficiency significantly. Experts described the move as a strategic upgrade. 23. ISRO prepares for upcoming satellite launch. ISRO scientists continued work on India's next major satellite mission. Technical testing and safety reviews entered advanced stages. The mission aims to strengthen communication and weather forecasting systems. Young engineers played important roles in project development. India's space ambitions continued expanding rapidly. 24. 5G expansion reaches more Indian cities. Telecom companies expanded 5G connectivity to additional urban centers. Internet speeds improved significantly in newly connected regions. Rural 5G expansion plans were also discussed by providers. Digital businesses and online services are expected to benefit. Competition in the telecom sector remained intense. 25 UPI transactions hit another record. India's digital payment ecosystem achieved record transaction volumes again. Small businesses increasingly adopted QR-based payment systems. Rural digital banking usage continued rising steadily. Fintech firms expanded services to smaller towns and villages. Experts called India a global leader in digital payments. 26 women's safety initiatives strengthened in states. Several state governments launched upgraded women's safety applications. Police emergency response systems were modernized further. Awareness programs were organized in schools and colleges. Authorities promised faster complaint resolution mechanisms. Women's safety remained a key governance priority nationwide. 27 Water conservation campaign intensifies. Governments across states launched major water-saving awareness drives. Rainwater harvesting projects received additional administrative support. Urban areas facing shortages implemented stricter monitoring measures. Citizens were encouraged to reduce unnecessary water usage. Experts warned of future water stress due to climate change. 28 Monsoon preparedness accelerates nationwide. Flood-prone states increased disaster preparedness activities before monsoon arrival. NDRF teams were placed on standby in vulnerable districts. Drainage and river monitoring systems were upgraded. Officials reviewed emergency evacuation plans in high-risk areas. Authorities aimed to minimize seasonal flood damage. 29 Healthcare recruitment drive gains momentum. Government hospitals announced thousands of new vacancies. Recruitment focused heavily on rural healthcare infrastructure. Medical colleges also planned expansion of training facilities. Experts welcomed increased healthcare investment by authorities. The move aims to improve healthcare accessibility nationwide. 30 Metro rail projects expand in major cities. Metro expansion work accelerated in Delhi, Bhopal, Indore, and Pune. Authorities highlighted environmental and traffic management benefits. Construction approvals were granted for several new corridors. Commuters welcomed improved public transportation plans. Urban mobility projects remained a government priority. 31 Tourism industry shows strong recovery. Hotels and travel companies reported increased bookings during summer holidays. Popular hill stations and coastal destinations saw heavy tourist crowds. Domestic tourism growth boosted local businesses significantly. State governments promoted tourism campaigns aggressively. Industry experts predicted continued growth through 2026. 32 EV charging infrastructure expands nationwide. The government approved additional electric vehicle charging stations. National highways were prioritized for infrastructure development. Private companies joined public sector expansion initiatives. Electric vehicle adoption continued growing steadily in India. Environmental experts welcomed the cleaner transportation push. 33 Semiconductor manufacturing push continues. India accelerated efforts to establish semiconductor manufacturing facilities. Talks with international chip makers progressed further this week. The government emphasized reducing technology import dependence. Experts predicted major employment opportunities in the sector. The initiative supports India's long-term digital economy goals. 34 Indian cinema gains global attention. Indian films and OTT content remained popular internationally. South Indian cinema continued strong performance overseas. Streaming platforms reported rising global viewership figures. Film exports contributed to entertainment sector growth. Industry leaders predicted increased international collaborations. 35 Sports infrastructure investment increases. New stadiums and sports training centers are under development. Olympic preparation programs received additional government funding. Young athletes are expected to benefit from modern facilities. States were encouraged to strengthen sports ecosystems further. India aims to improve future international sporting performance. 36 AI adoption expands across industries. Government departments increasingly implemented AI-based systems. Healthcare, banking, and education sectors expanded automation use. Technology companies announced new AI research investments. Experts stressed the importance of digital skill development. India aims to become a global AI innovation hub. 37. Airport expansion projects accelerate. Major airports across India expanded passenger and cargo facilities. New terminals were developed to handle increasing travel demand. Private investment in aviation infrastructure continued rising. Tourism and business travel sectors are expected to benefit. The aviation industry showed strong post-pandemic recovery. 38. Indian farmers receive new subsidy support. The government expanded support schemes for irrigation and seeds. Farmers welcomed measures aimed at reducing cultivation costs. Agricultural experts emphasized the importance of sustainable farming. Several states began implementation of revised subsidy programs. Authorities expect improved crop productivity this season. 39. Digital banking usage grows rapidly. Banks reported rising adoption of mobile and internet banking services. Rural customers increasingly shifted toward digital transactions. Financial institutions launched awareness drives for online safety. Experts predicted further growth in digital financial inclusion. India's fintech sector continued expanding aggressively. 40. National highways development continues. Road infrastructure projects progressed across multiple states. New expressways and highway corridors entered construction phases. Authorities highlighted economic benefits of faster connectivity. Transport efficiency is expected to improve significantly. Infrastructure investment remained a major policy focus. 41. Climate experts warn of water scarcity risks. Environmental researchers warned about worsening drought conditions. Several urban regions were identified as future high-risk zones. Experts urged stronger climate adaptation and water management policies. Awareness campaigns promoted sustainable resource usage. Climate resilience planning gained importance nationwide. 42. Education sector sees skill-based learning push. Educational institutions launched more professional skill development courses. AI, coding, and data science remained highly demanded subjects. Students increasingly preferred career-focused online programs. Experts praised the shift toward industry-oriented education. Employment-focused training initiatives expanded rapidly. 43. Defense manufacturing receives policy support. The government encouraged domestic production of defense equipment. Indian companies received incentives under self-reliance initiatives. Defense exports continued showing steady growth trends. Experts highlighted strategic benefits of local manufacturing. India aims to reduce dependence on imported military systems. 44. Indian athletes shine in international events. Indian players performed strongly in badminton and athletics tournaments abroad. Sports fans praised the consistency of young athletes. Training programs ahead of major competitions intensified further. Officials expressed confidence in future medal prospects. India's global sports presence continued improving steadily. 45. Urban development projects expand nationwide. Smart city infrastructure projects advanced in multiple regions. Authorities focused on transport, sanitation, and digital services. Citizens welcomed improvements in civic infrastructure. Urban planning experts stressed sustainable development approaches. Government investment in city modernization remained high. 46. Retail inflation debate intensifies. Economists discussed possible inflation impacts after fuel price hikes. Food and transport sectors showed rising cost pressures. Consumers expressed concern over household expenditure increases. The RBI continued monitoring economic indicators closely. Experts predicted cautious monetary policy decisions ahead. 47. India's renewable energy capacity increases. Solar and wind energy projects expanded rapidly across states. Private investments in clean energy continued rising. Authorities highlighted progress toward sustainability targets. Experts praised India's renewable energy transition efforts. Green energy remained a national development priority. 48. Public transport usage rises in metro cities. Metro rail and bus services recorded increased passenger numbers. Citizens shifted toward affordable transportation amid fuel price hikes. Urban authorities encouraged public transport adoption further. Traffic congestion eased slightly in some major cities. Experts supported investment in mass transit systems. 49. India's global trade talks continue. India continued trade discussions with several international partners. Export growth and supply chain cooperation remained key priorities. Officials focused on expanding manufacturing and technology exports. Trade experts predicted stronger global economic engagement. India's international commercial influence continued expanding. 50. India strengthens position as emerging global power. India remained active in diplomacy, technology, defense, and economic reforms. International organizations praised the country's growth trajectory. Foreign investors continued viewing India as a major opportunity market. Government policies focused on long-term infrastructure and innovation goals. Experts described India as one of the fastest-rising global economies.